As my phone dings, I want to remind everyone to mute their devices. Welcome to the June 9th, 2026 Franklin County Board of Commissioners General Session. This morning, we'll begin this morning with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Crowley.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, happy Pride Month, everybody. June is Pride Month, so and it's an opportunity to celebrate the contributions, the achievements, and the diversity of the LGBTQ plus community, while also reflecting on the importance of creating communities where everybody feels valued, respected, and supported. In Franklin County, we recognize our strength comes from the people who make up the community and the many different experiences, backgrounds, and perspectives that they bring. This month serves as a reminder of the importance of fostering belonging and ensuring that all residents have an opportunity to thrive. I'd like to take a moment to recognize a special guest that's joining us today as part of the America 250 initiative and its June theme, Ohio Outdoors, Exploring Ohio's Natural Resources. We are pleased to welcome Kori Sedmak, Public Outreach Coordinator for the Franklin Soil and Water Conservation District, to share with us the important work that's being done in Franklin County to protect natural resources and the opportunities for residents to explore and connect with the outdoor spaces. Good morning, Kori.
Good morning, Commissioner O'Grady and the rest of the commissioners and county administration. If you can believe it, 250 years ago, Ohio was a frontier state, and Central Ohio's natural resources were primarily stewarded by Native Americans. While there were few permanent Native American tribal settlements in Franklin County, the Miami, Lenape, and Shawnee tribes held many hunting camps in the area and maintained Franklin County's 5 main rivers to be as productive as possible for hunting, gathering, and agriculture. Big Darby Creek, our most western waterway, was actually named Olentangy, River of Red Face Paint, due to its high clay concentrations. The area around Big Darby Creek, the Darby Plains, was maintained with controlled burns, a practice that Metro Parks and Franklin Soil and Water continue today on various properties in the area that are conserved. As the climate warmed following the last ice age, this land would have naturally become forested, but Native Americans worked without any machinery to keep over 250,000 acres as tall grass prairie to support the bison and elk they relied on. They named the Scioto River, the next river to the east, the only river that still has its original name, Sionto, meaning big river. What's known today as the Olentangy River was named Kihung Shikansapung, Sharp Tools Stream, as the shale bottom was useful for sharpening stone tools. Big Walnut Creek, Alum Creek, and Blacklit Creek, our 3 eastern watersheds, were together called Gehanna, meaning 3 into 1, as they all joined together at what's presently 3 Creeks Metro Park. When Ohio's Native Americans were forcefully removed beginning in the 1830s, all but the Scioto River's names were changed and lost. More settlers began to move slowly into Ohio. In the 1840s, our waterways, especially Alum Creek, served as trails on the Underground Railroad. There were riparian forests serving as cover for freedom seekers, some of whom settled in Columbus and north in communities along the rivers. As people moved in, the land was no longer being managed for hunting to support small groups of people, but rather to support economic opportunity and a rapidly growing U.S. population that was moving west. At the peak of the Industrial Revolution in the early 1900s, the forest around the Scioto and Olentangy rivers had been effectively destroyed to make the water more accessible for transport, industrial, and sanitation needs. This destruction mirrored other environmental crises at the time, like the Dust Bowl, and that it was a product not of intentional destruction of ecological landscapes, but of developing land too quickly, paired with a lack of general knowledge about land stewardship. Franklin County began to experience its own environmental crisis in the 1940s as the technology to build outpaced our ability to conserve land, leading to catastrophic levels of soil erosion. Realizing that federal regulation and fines couldn't curb the country's environmental issues caused mostly by poor farmers and construction companies who were still recovering from the Great Depression, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, our president at the time, created the Civilian Conservation Corps and Soil and Water Conservation Districts. These locally led and locally staffed organizations operated under the principle that most people want to do what's best for the environment. This is a fact that still holds true today. They just need the resources and knowledge to be able to do so. Fast forward to 1972, this collective love for the environment was reflected in the Clean Water and Clean Air Acts, which were developed in response to citizen concerns about rampant, unchecked spewing of industrial waste into the water we drink and the air we breathe. These acts remain one of the most effective federal environmental policies in the history of our nation. Locally, these acts resulted in a shift in the sources of water pollution. Suddenly, we couldn't point our fingers at big business as a primary source of dirty water. The remaining chemicals and trash littering our waterways was and currently is being produced by smaller, more spread out everyday sources like small construction sites, farms, roads, and even our own backyards. Our current role at Franklin Soil and Water is focused on addressing this pollution, and our approach is still rooted in the principles we were founded on in 1946. Our work is focused on creating relationships with people and businesses where they're at and giving them resources to prevent water pollution and soil erosion. We work closely with other government agencies and nonprofits, like our local watershed groups. Every watershed, except for Big Walnut, has their own nonprofit watershed group. The newest group, Scioto Watershed Action Group, or SWAG, was incorporated with assistance from Franklin Soil and Water, using a model we hope to replicate in the Big Walnut watershed in the future. You can meet SWAG and participate in their stream quality monitoring efforts Saturday, July 25th, 10 to 11 a.m. at the Holton Community Center on Eureka Avenue. These watershed groups assure that people who live in and care about these waterways have a united voice and an organized way to go about improving water resources for present and future generations. Franklin Soil and Water's annual meeting, September 17th, at the brand new Bank Run Metro Park, will help celebrate the Big Walnut watershed and bring interested parties together to begin discussions for a Big Walnut watershed group. We hope you'll stop by. If you're looking for other opportunities to experience the county's water resources, you can attend ODNR's Wildlife and Heritage Hike, June 13th. That's up at Alum Creek's New Galena boat ramp, and a naturalist will lead a walk talking about the wildlife connected to the stories of the Underground Railroad. You can also attend a mussel field trip June 20th at 9 a.m. at Alum Creek Park North with Friends of Alum Creek and Tributaries, another watershed group. So they're not the bicep and quad kind of mussels, but the relatives of clams. And I might have to have a word with y'all at some point for Columbus's next sports team to be named the Columbus Mussels, because Big Darby Creek has more species of mussels than the entire continent of Europe. And it's a point of pride for our county that we really don't talk about enough. If you're
I like the women's soccer team to be called the Columbus
Yeah,
Mussels.
Columbus
That'd be good.
Mussels, right? Draw up some designs there for that mascot. If you're not a water person, you can join the nonprofit Green Columbus for a litter cleanup at their property every Monday evening in June. While the litter isn't currently in the water, once we get a nice big thunderstorm, it will end up there if you don't pick it up. As the county continues to develop, protecting our water resources must remain a top priority. County citizens continue to express how important clean water is to them in recent conversations regarding data centers and the renewal of the Darby Accord. We will be actively listening and helping where residents need us most, like we have for the past 80 years, and we know that you'll do the same. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments?
Please.
Yeah, thank you, President O'Grady and Kori. You say that. Thank you so much for your testimony. One, can I have a copy of your speech?
Yes, you
It was
may.
outstanding.
Thank you.
Content there. But I do want to say, Franklin County Water and Soil are really unsung heroes of quality of life in Central Ohio. In my nearly 30 years of being in elected office or somehow in public service, there are times you learn and see how the system it works and how we get to live the quality of life that we do, from a county that regulates apiaries, to a consent decree that changed the way we dispose of our sanitary sewer overflow and waste, which, as you know, there was a time when the city was built where that sanitary sewer overflow flew into the Scioto. And there's so many parts of this that make Franklin County Water and Soil an unsung hero, and I just wanted to thank you for that really good overview of history. There are 10 things in there I had never heard before, but one of them stood out to me, and that was the Scioto, when you talked about them being named what was it, the
Scioto.
Scioto.
And I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right.
Okay, because that's what I was trying to get at. Are we pronouncing the Scioto wrong because of the way you said that the Native American name was actually pronounced, and it's named after, it sounded like we might be pronouncing that wrong. And
There
so-
definitely used to be an N in it that is
Okay,
no
interesting.
longer in there, but I'm not sure if the pronunciation changed as well. And it's hard to
Interesting.
find people to ask. I did look around, and yeah, it's just not a lot of folks who have that knowledge in the area anymore.
Nobody outside of Central Ohio knows how to pronounce that.
Or Olentini.
Well, that's what I said. We should at least know how to pronounce it.
Yeah,
That was like, have I pronounced it
when
wrong
we
my
travel,
life?
When we travel to NACO, some people call it the Scioto.
The Scioto.
They call it all kinds of things, so. the fact
I'm
that
not
nobody-
even sure I knew Gehenna was a Native American name either.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
sure I
Although
understood that.
That one,
Yeah.
to me, has always been an obvious one, but
Yeah. I don't-
maybe not so much to you. but
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
okay.
no.
Did we grow up in the
definitely.
same place?
We did, yeah, but I'm really, I'm grateful for your history rendition there. I'd love to get a copy of your notes. You don't have to give me your actual copy if you don't want to, but you can send it to my office or whatever.
Great.
That'd be great. They were outstanding. Thank you.
Please.
Totally concur, Commissioner Boyce. We'd love to get the copy of the remarks. And from the Native American history, I just wanted to plug two things for the group. There is a relatively new state park called the Great Council State Park in Xenia that is dedicated to the Native American history in Ohio, and it's outstanding. It's a small museum, and they do amazing work. And there is an excellent podcast that the public radio station in Yellow Springs did called The Ohio Country out of WYSO that's on podcast, and it's just a really terrific way, working with the Shawnee who went to Oklahoma forced to go to Oklahoma from this area, that were part of not only the creation of the state park, but also very heavily involved in the podcast. Fascinating background that I certainly didn't know a lot about. So thank you, Commissioner Boyce, for bringing that up as well.
That's great.
Corey, thank you. It's having, I'm sure there's plenty of other people in the room that were around for the bicentennial. When in 1976, I was but a kid, so if you're older than me, sorry.
I thought you were on the County Board of Commissioners in 1976.
There are those who think so. But it was a whole different celebration, and at least in my memory, it was a whole different celebration in 1976. And this has been, as we get ready for this one, this has been a lot different, it's been pretty interesting. And so, and being on the board of directors of the County Commissioners Association of Ohio, each county is doing, while we are all doing similar things, we're all doing different things. And so this has been some interesting stuff, and I appreciate you coming this morning and giving us the history lesson that you did. As Commissioner Boyce likes to think that because I've been around so long, that I have, this great history of Franklin County, but a lot of the stuff you told us about this morning, I didn't know, so thank you. Appreciate you being here.
It's very good. Well done.
All right, let's move on to the county auditor.
Resolution number 37326, resolution authorizing a 3-year contract with Woolpert Incorporated for satellite imagery and current agricultural use valuation mapping utilizing non-general funds in the amount of $167,140.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. I'm Brad Steen, Staff Counsel, here on behalf of Auditor Michael Stinziano. Our proposed resolution would authorize a 3-year contract with Woolpert, Inc. for farmland aerial imaging services for a total cost of $167,140. Under Ohio law, the Auditor's Office is required to conduct a visual inspection every single year of every parcel of farmland in the county on the CAUV program. Woolpert's imaging shows the land with enough clarity and collects enough detail that appraisers don't need to physically visit each parcel every single year, which saves a significant amount of time and money. The Auditor's Office has been using aerial imaging from Woolpert since 2019, and pending any questions, we ask for your approval of this resolution.
There are no comments or questions. Move for approval of Resolution 37326.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes,
Resolution number 37326 has been adopted.
thank you.
Thank you.
The engineer.
Resolution number 37426. Report second of the Franklin County Engineer establishing sums of compensation for a portion of the owners of property abutting the Ferris Road Improvement Project, Clinton Township, City of Columbus, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $14,651.
Good morning, Commissioners. Nick Soulis on behalf of Franklin County Engineer Adam Fowler. Commissioners, this first resolution seeks compensation for 16 property owners located along the Ferris Road Improvement Project. This project is funded with MORPC attributable dollars and community project funding from Congresswoman Beatty's office. We are seeking to reconstruct Ferris Road, improve drainage, and add a shared use path and sidewalk along the corridor. We have successfully negotiated with these property owners, and compensation is based upon appraised fair market value. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
There are no comments or questions. Move for approval of Resolution 37426.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes,
Resolution number 37426 has been adopted. Resolution number 37526. Report 16th of the Franklin County Engineer establishing sums of compensation for a portion of the owners of property abutting Frank Road, County Road number 125, at Brown Road, County Road number 142, and Hardy Parkway Street, and Frank Road, County Road number 125, at Brown Road, Township Road number 142, Franklin Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $141,780.
Commissioners, this resolution seeks compensation for one property owner along our Frank Road, Brown Road, and Hardy Parkway project. This is currently a stop-controlled intersection as well as a signalized intersection that we are replacing with 2 modern roundabouts. This matter was previously referred to the prosecutor's office to commence eminent domain proceedings, but with the help of the prosecutor's office, we successfully negotiated with the property owner and resolved this matter. Pending any questions, we ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 375-26.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
yes,
Resolution number 37526 has been adopted. Resolution number 37626. Preliminary allocation and final encumbrance of county motor vehicle license fee funds for the city of Bexley in the amount of $50,000.
Commissioners, our final resolution deals with a request from the city of Bexley for their license fee dollars, a portion of it in $50,000 to pay off or to assist in paying off an OPWC loan for their Cassidy Avenue project, which runs from East Broad Street to Delmar Drive. The engineer's office has reviewed the proposed use of funds and determined that they are appropriate and allowable under the statute. Pending any questions, we ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 376-26.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
yes.
Resolution number 37626 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you, Nick. The Sheriff's Department.
Resolution number 37726. Resolution authorizing a contract agreement with First Choice Research and Investigations, LLC, for consumer reports in the amount of $27,000.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Albert Smith, Assistant Finance Director for Sheriff Baldwin's office. This resolution will allow our office to continue pulling consumer reports for pre-employment candidates. This contract with First Choice will last for 3 years and will not exceed $27,000. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 377-26.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes,
Resolution number 37726 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
thanks, Alex. Franklin County Data Center.
Resolution number 37826. Resolution authorizing a contract with Carasoft Technology Corporation for the procurement of Zilla, a security identity governance and administration tool, in the amount of $126,202.13.
Good morning, Commissioners. Julie Lust with the Data Center. This resolution authorizes a one-year contract for a new identity governance administration tool for our technology, security, and procurement teams. As more solutions move to the cloud, it's essential that the data center monitor vendor environments and ensure compliance with stakeholders in order to reduce cyber risk and improve system availability. This tool will support the review and approval of new vendors and ongoing monitoring of existing partners. Pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
There are no comments or questions. Move for approval of Resolution 378-26.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 378-26 has been adopted. Resolution number 379-26, resolution authorizing the donation of county-owned laptops, tablets, Chromebooks, and other electronic equipment to Smart Columbus.
Thank you. The data center, in partnership with Smart Columbus and Columbus Microsystems, will refurbish and donate laptops and tablets to members of our community. This resolution, following the direction of Resolution 0276-24 for the disposal and donation of county-owned property that has been deemed obsolete, authorizes the donation of 40 laptops. These units will be refurbished by Columbus Microsystems. All data will be removed in accordance with the Department of Defense standards and delivered to Smart Columbus for donation. With me today is Hallie Allison, Director of Smart Columbus, to tell you more about their program and its positive impact on our community.
Good morning, and thank you, Julie. Great to see you, Commissioners and Administration. I'm pleased to represent the Connect Us Coalition this morning and to really acknowledge Franklin County for its visionary contributions to the Connect Us program by several years ago investing $5.2 million in closing the digital divide in Franklin County. Through that funding, we've been able to pilot over the last 3 years a device donation program that is low cost and sustainable with the goal of refurbishing 10,000 devices to distribute out to residents in need. Your commitment today marks something significant because you are the first public sector agency to change their law in order to be able to donate devices to community, which is setting the bar for other public agencies and entities as we continue to expand and scale this program. Over 110,000 Franklin County households do not have a connected device beyond a smartphone, and we have to close this gap to ensure that all residents have access to modern technology that enables participation in society, in our economy, and in our democracy. We publicly launched the device donation program last month. To date, we've refurbished and distributed 1,200 devices, so this device donation from the county will support that effort. And you're joining the likes of private sector organizations like Huntington, CAS, Grange Insurance, and philanthropic organizations like the Columbus Foundation. The difference that these devices makes is profound. Through our piloting, we donated about 70 devices to CRIS, Community Refugee and Immigration Services, and learned recently that those devices were given to high school students, 3 of which are now thriving in college at Otterbein University, Denison University, and The Ohio State University, reporting back that their higher education journeys would not have been possible without a laptop. We look forward to continuing to distribute devices to our coalition of 60 organizations within the Connect Us Coalition and to continue our partnership with Franklin County to refurbish devices. I do want to give a thank you to you all and also to Adam Frumkin, the Chief Information Officer of Franklin County Data Center, who sits on the steering committee for the Connect Us Coalition and has been instrumental in not only enabling this donation, but also in facilitating a broader vision for closing the digital divide in Franklin County and serving those who are of most need. I appreciate your time this morning and happy to answer any questions.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 379-26.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 379-26 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Office on Aging.
Resolution number 380-26, resolution authorizing a second contract extension with Buckeye Bed Detection LLC and Precise Pest Inspections Incorporated for pest control services in the amount of $75,000.
Good morning, Commissioners, Madam Prosecutor, and County Administration. Shonda Wingo, Director for the Franklin County Office on Aging. The Franklin County Office on Aging administers the Franklin County Senior Options Program, which is a consumer-focused system of care funded by the Senior Services Levy. The Senior Options Program provides various services to seniors residents in Franklin County, included but not limited to various residential services such as general minor home repair services to include pest control. On June 2nd, 2024, pursuant to Resolution Number 451-24 and RFP Number 2023-11-44, the Franklin County Board of Commissioners approved the contract with multiple vendors for pest control services on July 8th, 2025. Pursuant to Resolution Number 0537-25, the Board authorized its first extension of the agreement, extending the contract for one additional one-year period. The contract agreement allows contractors to bid on individual services needs for pest control services on an as-needed basis. The Franklin County Office on Aging wishes to authorize a contract agreement with Buckeye Bed Detection and Precision Pest Inspection to provide pest control services for Franklin County residents not to exceed the dollar amount of $75,000 for the time period of June 4th, 2026 through June 3rd, 2027, with 2 optional one-year extension periods remaining. This resolution supports goal number 5 and number 10 of the Franklin County Rise Together Blueprint, and pending any questions, I respectfully request approval of this resolution.
Thank you. If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 380-26.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 38026 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shonda. Economic Development and Planning.
Resolution number 38126, resolution authorizing an economic development agreement with One Columbus to conduct economic development activities on behalf of the Franklin County Board of Commissioners in the amount of $1 million.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Harrison Zeller, Economic Development Administrator, VDP. This resolution will authorize the 2026 annual partner contract agreement with One Columbus to support their Central Ohio regional economic development activities, focusing on new business development, job creation, and job retention in Franklin County. The term will be from January 1st to December 31st, 2026. This agreement will be processed through the Unigrants grant system, and under the terms of this agreement, One Columbus will generate economic opportunity, maintain a proactive existing industry outreach program, and increase the economic preparedness of Franklin County. A 2025 end-of-year report has also been included with the resolution packet, and pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 38126.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 38126 has been adopted. Resolution number 38226, resolution to adjust the boundaries of Montgomery Township, thereby making them conform to the boundaries of the City of Columbus, case number ANX 1326.
Thank you, Commissioners. We have one annexation resolution today. This is case Annex-13-26, a boundary conformance petition for .098 acres of Central College Road right-of-way, previously annexed from Blendon Township to the City of Columbus under the expedited Type 1 procedure. Blendon Township and the City of Columbus entered into an annexation agreement on June 14th, 2021, and the City of Columbus passed an ordinance on April 13th, 2026, authorizing the Director of the Department of Development to petition a change of the Montgomery Township boundary lines to include the .098 acres. The petition meets all statutory requirements outlined in Section 503.07 of the Ohio Revised Code, and pending any questions, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 38226.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yeah.
Resolution number 38226 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Would you mind, I'm sorry, would you mind, Washington Town, would you mind explaining Washington Township and why we do what we just did, and the fact that, I mean, .098 acres is like a small parking lot, basically. Would you mind doing, I mean, we do this once in a blue moon, so would you mind explaining that to the viewing public? It's a paper township. I mean, I can do it if you want me to.
That would be, I know this is a
relatively
boundary
new in his
conformance.
position.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. I apologize. You
That's
are
okay.
brand new in your position.
That's okay.
Washington Township's a paper township. It's basically downtown Columbus, or largely. And there is no real,
We don't want to,
I'm sorry.
Kenneth Wilson,
I'm sorry,
County
that's true.
Administrator, we don't want to upset the residents of Washington
I
Township.
apologize.
Montgomery County
We're
is a
in
paper
Montgomery- We're
township.
in Montgomery Township. I apologize. I did screw that up. Montgomery Township is the paper township.
He was confusing me. I was like, maybe he knows
Washington
something
Township
else.
is up in Dublin. Washington Township is up in Dublin. Thank you, Administrator. But 0.98 acres is also basically, it's a really tiny piece of property. So it's about the size of a parking lot. I apologize. Montgomery Township is the one that we're sitting in. It's right here in downtown. And it's a paper township that I apologize. I screwed that up. And every once in a while, we do an annexation for Montgomery Township. And it's just an on-paper a resolution that we do, and it's an annexation. But Washington Township is up in Dublin, and I apologize. So, sorry about that.
That's okay.
But it is a really tiny piece of property.
0.09 acres.
Yeah. So, anyway, sorry about that.
That's okay. Thank you, Commissioners. Thank you.
Commissioner?
Yes.
If I may, and not because of the questioning that you had, Commissioner, but this is, while it's a relatively short tenure, Harry is moving on to the state, and I just wanted to recognize the short but meaningful service that you had with economic development, fantastic customer service, and we really appreciate your tenure here and look forward to working with you in the future. So thank you.
Congratulations.
He's going to OFA, the Housing Finance Authority.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Economic engagement and community development.
Resolution number 38326, resolution authorizing a grant agreement with 100 Black Men of Central Ohio, a nonprofit organization committed to fostering the intellectual development of youth and advancing economic empowerment throughout Franklin County, in the amount of $20,000.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Perla Martinez, Deputy Director for the Office of Economic Engagement and Community Development. Commissioners, before I begin, I would like to thank our partners in the Department of Economic Development and Planning and the Prosecutor's Office for their assistance and support in reviewing and advancing these resolutions. Commissioners, the Office of Economic Engagement and Community Development is excited to bring this partnership to you and this initiative that will provide a structure of mentorship-based programming designed to strengthen leadership skills, accountability, personal growth, and workforce readiness opportunities for youth in grades 8 through 12. Through the Emerging Leaders Program, participants will engage in a 6-month cohort model featuring twice monthly mentor engagement focused on leadership development, purpose and identity, character building, and decision making. The program is expected to serve approximately 25 to 50 youth participants per cohort with an estimated annual reach of 100 to 150 youth, while maintaining strong retention and completion goals supported through consistent mentorship and structured programming. Additional programming will include mental health and wellness sessions led by mental health educators, moderated conversations focused on emotional wellness and stigma reduction, and a newly elected officials reception designed to connect youth and community members with civic leaders and encourage community engagement and relationship building. This initiative will also include a pinning ceremony recognizing leaders committed to mentorship, education, and community empowerment. These initiatives support the Rise Together Poverty Blueprint Goals 9, 11, and 13, and the Office of Economic Engagement and Community Development Pillars of Economic Opportunity and Workforce Development, contributing to long-term economic growth for Franklin County residents. Pending any comments or questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
There are no comments or questions. Move for approval of Resolution 38326.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 38326 has been adopted. Resolution number 38426, resolution authorizing a grant agreement with the Columbus Kappa Foundation to support community engagement, educational advancement, and workforce development initiatives in the amount of $70,000.
Commissioners, the Columbus Kappa Foundation, a nonprofit organization committed to strengthening education to employment pathways, support youth leadership development, and promote long-term economic stability and self-sufficiency within the community, bring this programming, which includes the annual turkey and toy giveaway, which will provide food, winter essentials, and holiday gifts to children, seniors, and families experiencing financial hardship throughout Franklin County, while expanding community partnerships and outreach efforts. This initiative also includes the annual Black and White Scholarship fundraiser, which supports post-secondary education and technical training opportunities through scholarship funding and promotes workforce pipeline development aligned with regional workforce needs. Additionally, the Guide Right Kappa League Youth Mentorship and Leadership Program will provide structured mentorship, career readiness, leadership development, and academic enrichment programming for youth in grades 6 through 12. Participants will receive exposure to career pathways, professional environments, and workforce-aligned skill development opportunities intended to strengthen future workforce participation and long-term economic mobility. These initiatives support the Rise Together Poverty Blueprint Goals number 9, 11, and 13 of the Office of Economic Engagement and Community Development, Pillars of Economic Opportunity and Workforce Development. Pending any comments or questions, Herman Ware, Keeper of the Records, and Virgil White, Guide Right Director with the Columbus Kappa Foundation, are attending and present and able to address any concerns. But if none, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
Mr. Ware, Mr. White, if you'd like to say a few words, I would be in big trouble with our county administrator if I didn't give you the opportunity to speak.
Thank you so much, I was about to say Your Honor. Thank you so much, Commissioners and administration. We thank you so much for this funding. It really helps our fraternity just do so much with our community engagement initiatives, with the state of the economy, and with our youth. We are just so very grateful for the funding. And right here we have Brother White, who's our director of our Kappa League and one of our success stories.
Good morning. I'll be very short. As Brother Ware mentioned, this is one of our senior Kappa Leaguers. He's been a part of our Kappa League program for the past 4 years. He is actually he just graduated from Afrocentric High School and is actually going on to fulfill his education here in the city of Columbus. We're trying to keep him here. He wants to go to Ohio State, but he's talking about leaving and going to Baltimore. But this is just one of the many examples that we have within the city of our program, as well as around the region, that we continue to do and provide back to the community. So again, we thank you guys for the continued support and the efforts that you continue to pour into our organization.
Congratulations.
Thank you, President O'Grady, and I definitely want to recognize the Kappa Alpha Psi for your leadership in mentorship programs. I can tell you, as a young person growing up in Central Columbus, having the opportunity to be a part of programs like what you're doing for this young man make a difference. And I can remember I was reflecting as you were talking about some of the work you're doing. I was reflecting on a program I participated in. It wasn't with any of the Divine Nine fraternities, but it was something like what we see in them today in mentorship programs. And it was the very first time that I put on a suit in my life. And I just remember the program, my staff's aware of this because the teacher who put the program on was retiring from the job after all these years. But and I reflected on the very first time I put on a suit, and I couldn't take that suit off. And I knew then, it wasn't so much about just wearing a suit, but I knew then, and I understood that I wanted to go to college. I wanted to begin a different narrative than the one that had been a part of my life up to that point in my life. And I'm speaking to the young man we've got here now. And I remember, you graduated from Afrocentric. When I was a child, that was a community. It was a housing project, and I lived there. And so to think of that 180 cycle in life from what it was as a housing project then, growing up there, to what it is today, and graduating a young, outstanding man like yourself, headed to Baltimore or Ohio State, not only does it speak to the legacy that we all owe it to you to be a part of and continue to pour into you, but the value that we put towards organizations like the Kappas and what you're representing and what you're doing. So I just want to say to all of you, thank you. Thank you. And it makes a difference. Did in my life, and I'm certain it's going to make one in his.
All right, if there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 38426.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 38426 has been adopted. Resolution number 38526. Resolution authorizing a grant agreement with Women's Center for Economic Opportunity to support entrepreneurship, small business development, and economic opportunity programming in the amount of $177,030.
Commissioners, through its 2026 programming, the Women's Center for Economic Opportunity will serve a minimum of 4,000 entrepreneurs through in-person and virtual engagement pathways, cohort-based business development programs, instructional workshops, and individualized business advisory services. Programming will include leadership development, branding, marketing and sales, operational systems optimization, technology integration, financial readiness, and business growth strategies intended to help entrepreneurs build sustainable and scalable businesses. The initiative also includes 4 cohort-based business development programs serving a minimum of 100 participants, visibility and pipeline development opportunities through initiatives such as the Aspire Women's Book of Business, and technical assistance services supporting operations, revenue growth, and technology adoption. The program is expected to support the creation or retention of at least 50 jobs while strengthening local entrepreneurship and small business ecosystems in Franklin County. This resolution supports goals number 1, 2, 4, and 5 of the Rise Together Poverty Blueprint, as well as the goals of economic engagement and community development of the Office of Economic Engagement and Community Development, supporting entrepreneurship, workforce participation, small business growth, and inclusive economic development opportunities that contribute to the long-term economic vitality and overall well-being of our residents. Commissioners, our office will also continue working with funded partners to identify opportunities for collaboration, resource sharing, and coordinated service delivery to strengthen outcomes for Franklin County entrepreneurs and small businesses in the referral process, making sure that small businesses and entrepreneurs have the opportunity to have a coordinated outreach with all of these funded partners that support small businesses in Franklin County. Pending any comments or questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 38526.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 38526 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Perla. Job and Family Services.
Resolution number 38626, resolution approving a contract with Advocacy and Communication Solutions, LLC, for consultation services that inform and help shape early learning strategies for Franklin County families in the amount of $208,000.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Tamika Bumper, Deputy Director for Job and Family Services. Commissioners, we recognize that the rising cost and limited availability of high-quality childcare is an ongoing challenge for many working families, including for many of our Franklin County employees. That is why, through this contract, we continue our partnership with Advocacy and Communication Solutions to explore ways in which we can continue shaping early learning strategies for families in our communities. Throughout this project, ACS completed detailed research, cost modeling, planning, drafting of project framework, and facilitated data sustainability and public awareness work groups to advance key components of the RISE 2.0 initiative, producing the first ever State of Children in Franklin County summary and refining the logic model. During this contract, ACS will continue to facilitate the Franklin County Early Learning Strategy internal team, steering committee, and sustainability, mental health, public awareness, and governance work groups. They will also provide advice on the county's Child Care Center initiative. Deliverables under this contract will include developing the county staffing strategy related to child care operations, holding work groups to steer and develop materials, convening county and local stakeholders in discussions to refine strategy, updating the cost model based on the evolution of child care programming, and advising on early learning elements of newly constructed child care center. Scarlett Boulder, co-founder and president of ACS, is available should you have any questions, and pending any questions, I ask for approval of this resolution.
Thank you, President O'Grady. How much have we spent? I mean, let me just say that the Advocacy and Communication Solution with Scarlett Boulder has done a fabulous job of generating data and information that has allowed us to reconstruct and rethink not just this early childhood learning component, but our role in it. And I think that's really important. I'm getting caught up on some of the research as we speak. It's quite voluminous, and so it's going to take me a little while, but it's been good to read through. But I'm curious, what's the total amount that we spent on this contract? Because it's been going on for quite some time now. And what's the total amount we spent, and when did we start? And I'm just trying to get my hands around what the investment has been in this analysis.
So you're correct. So we have funded this project for several years now. I don't have an exact amount for you. I could research that and get it back to you, the full total amount.
That would be great. That would be great. And it's not that I'm not supportive of this contract. I am, but I just want to plant the seed to the administration. When we've had consultants that have been on for years and years and years, I don't know how long it's been, but it's been quite some time. I wonder what the conclusion is. And I know that there is a lot of conversation where this conversation is headed, and I want to recognize Commissioner Crawley for her leadership. She's been a definite leader in this since she's joined this Board of Commissioners, and so thank you. She definitely has made it work better, I think. But I do want to just keep up a little better with this in terms of the contract itself, and as I'm getting through the data, which I said is quite voluminous, I want to make sure that we're just we all got our hands around it and make sure the information is flowing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Commissioner Crowell.
Yeah, thank you, Commissioner Boyce, thank you, Tamika. I do want to say, I know, and Administrator Wilson pulled it up in year one, and we'll make sure that the offices get it. The contract just for the early learning strategy was $150,000. Contract year 2 was $72,000. 3 was $237,999. And this one, I think, is $208,000. I do want to make a distinction because when the contract first started, I believe it was wrapped up with one door, and I think year 1 and 2 was wrapped up with one door, bringing that online as well. And so, as you look at the contracts, we might just need to disaggregate what was for specifically early learning strategy versus the one door, bringing one door online, which I think was like a 3-year contract in the beginning. But to Commissioner Boyce's point, I think we always, when we think about having consultants for an extended period of time, and I know this conversation came up kind of with EDP as well, is like, okay, what components can we start bringing in-house and diminishing the contract or our use of a consultant over time and taking on those administrative responsibilities. And I know that that's something that we've been doing with the early learning strategy, taking more on, less dependent on the consultants. We hope that as much as we love ACS and team, there will be a time where everything is stood up and we no longer need their services in this capacity. But as we are getting to the final stages of the expanded early learning strategy, as well as thinking about the early learning center, we definitely need them to walk alongside us, at least for the next year. But this contract is smaller than what we had before because we are taking on some of those components.
I just wanted to, as President O'Grady, Commissioner Boyce, Commissioner Crawley, I think that the ACS Health and Human Services One Door project, that project started in December of 2021 was the first contract, and that's why you seeing it that date so long to develop that.
One door came after that, though.
One Door, we started the strategic process of the development of One Door with that contract.
No. I mean, I very much remember this, and maybe I'm wrong, but because their early childhood learning concept came with the jail when we did the jail, we agreed, so that was when I got here. It was when I got here that we were talking about the jail. So it's not neither here nor there. What I'm more focused on is where we're headed with it.
Yeah.
And so you keep doing consulting contract year after year, at some point.
Yeah,
it's got,
yeah.
And so that's what I was really getting at. But if we're going to debate the year one door started versus this, I got a lot of receipts on that because I remember when well, it's neither here nor there. We can get into it offline.
I'll make sure that each
I'm
office
pretty
gets all the
confident.
contract history on the one door as it relates to ACS. And also when we went to the early childhood learning strategy. It has been a number of years, though.
It has been a number of years, but I'm just saying the early childhood learning has been going on for a long time. With Scarlett, that's been going on for a long time. That contract.
Different work goes back to Director Anthony Trotman, even with ACS, some our early work. That's correct.
Okay. Anthony Trotman's not been here since I've been here. So,
Oh, well,
he was
yeah.
gone before I got here.
Well, the work began then, even.
Okay. I'm supportive of the contract.
If there are no comments or questions, or additional comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 38626.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 38626 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Justice Policy and Programs.
Resolution number 38726, resolution authorizing the Franklin County Administrator to enter into an agreement with Mental Health America of Northern Kentucky and Southwest Ohio for the provision of Wellness Recovery Action Plan training for Franklin County employees in the amount of $860.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Melissa Pearson, Chief Operating Officer with the Franklin County Office of Justice Policy and Programs. Mental Health America of Northern Kentucky and Southwest Ohio was a recipient of grant funding to support facilitation of WRAP training, which stands for Wellness Recovery Action Planning. Our office hosted training on May 21st and 22nd for 16 direct service professionals from our office and the Franklin County Sheriff's Office Corrections Division. While the cost of the training was free for Franklin County, a savings in value of $18,000, travel expenses in the amount of $860 for the facilitators was not covered under their grant. So we are requesting funds in the amount of $860 to be covered from our FY 2023 Justice Assistance Grant Program to support. Our goal is for all individuals leaving the jail to have a WRAP plan to support their transition plan. This resolution supports Goal 9 of the Rise Together Poverty Blueprint, and pending any questions, we would ask for your approval.
Thank you. If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 38726.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 38726 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sanitary Engineer.
Resolution number 38826, resolution authorizing a contract for professional engineering services with Civil and Environmental Consultants Incorporated for the South Grenner Avenue, Emmett Avenue, Mix Avenue, and Sullivan Avenue Water Main Replacement Project in the amount of $1,399,263.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. I'm Ryan Stowe, Assistant Director for Sanitary Engineering. Statement of qualifications for RFQ 2025-0903, provisions of professional engineering services for the South Grenner Avenue, Emmett Avenue, Mix Avenue, and Sullivan Avenue, better known as GEMS, water main replacement project were received in April of 2025. 6 firms submitted SOQs for this project, and each were evaluated by sanitary engineering staff. Civil and environmental consultants were selected as the best fit for this project. This project consists of replacing approximately 8,000 linear feet of aging water main, installing 20 new valves and 13 new fire hydrants within our SD4 district on the west side in Prairie Township. In addition, 84 services will be replaced in the right-of-way with new meters and new meter pits, and all roads within the project area will be repaved. The scope and fee have been agreed upon between CEC and the sanitary engineer. The fee for the scope services is estimated to be $1,399,263. The time from notice to proceed to the expected bid opening is approximately 6 months
with construction estimated to take between 8 and 10 months. The funding for the design phase of this project will be secured from the Ohio EPA's Water Supply Revolving Loan Account, whose application was approved by Resolution 366-26, and funds will be awarded for that in July. The construction phase will also be funded by WSRLA and loans and grants from the Ohio Public Works Commission. Pending any questions or comments, I request the approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 38826.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 38826 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Purchasing.
Resolution number 38926, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $1,093,460.09.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Megan Perry Balanier, Director of Purchasing. This resolution requests your approval of 65 purchase orders. The County Auditor has pre-certified available funding, and pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 38926.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 38926 has been adopted. Resolution number 39026, resolution approving one purchase for the Franklin County Data Center Agency in the amount of $195,040.
Commissioners, this resolution requests your approval of one purchase order. The County Auditor has pre-certified funding. Pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 39026.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Abstain.
Resolution number 39026 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Administrator Wilson.
Oh, thank you. I was waiting for the end. Thank you, President O'Grady, Commissioner Boyce, Commissioner Crawley. I just wanted to recognize why our former lead auditor from the Auditor of State's Office, Doug Ferguson, has taken on another project as it relates to giving back to the community, and that is through a mentorship program where he's working with young professionals interested in finance and fields of public auditing. So I just wanted to, board, recognize that they've been sitting here patiently taking in Franklin County government at work. So thank you.
Welcome. It's good to have you guys here today. All right, to the Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 39126, resolution approving the issuance of healthcare facilities improvement and refunding revenue bonds, Series 2026, Friendship Village of Columbus, Ohio Incorporated project of the County of Franklin, Ohio, in one or more series in an original principal amount not to exceed $24 million, and consenting to and approving the execution and delivery of a lease, sublease, and a bond purchase agreement and assignment in connection with the issuance of such Series 2026 bonds.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administrators. My name's Allie Kimbler. I'm here from Dinsmore and Shoal as bond counsel to Friendship Village of Columbus. This resolution would give the elected representative approval for the issuance of a series of bonds for the benefit of Friendship Village of Columbus. Friendship Village operates under the name Westerwood and is a senior living facility located in northeast Columbus, just outside of Westerville. The bonds would be in an amount not to exceed $24 million, and the proceeds would be used for three purposes. First, to refinance bonds previously issued in 2016. Second, the bond proceeds would be used to pay for costs of various capital improvements. And third, the bond proceeds would be used to pay for costs of issuance. On May 27th, a public hearing was held at the Hospital Commission, where the Hospital Commission approved a resolution authorizing the issuance of these bonds. They will be serving as the issuer, and we are here asking for the elected representative approval required by federal tax law. Worth repeating, I know I say it every time I'm here, but the bonds are not considered a debt or general obligation of Franklin County or any other political subdivision. Only Friendship Village is responsible for repayment. So pending any questions, I would respectfully ask for your approval. Thank you.
There are no comments or questions. Move for approval of 39126.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 39126 has been adopted. Resolution number 39226, resolution authorizing the county administrator to enter into a second amendment with justice planners in the amount of $125,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chris Long, Deputy County Administrator. This proposed amendment does two things. One, just as we do with the Adult Corrections Center with justice planners, we will contract with justice planners to do appropriate periodic assessment level of bed needs, forecast validation, and updates in 6-month intervals to provide additional data analysis to the board and to the Domestic Relations Court. Secondly, this will update the adult corrections staffing analysis. We did a staffing analysis several years ago, but want to have that updated data analysis for the board's consideration. Pending any questions, would recommend your approval.
There are no comments or questions. Move for approval of Resolution 39226.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 39226 has been adopted. Resolution number 39326, resolution authorizing the county administrator to enter into a consulting agreement with HDR to evaluate and assess the Juvenile Intervention Center in the amount of $335,000.
Commissioners, this resolution brings forward an agreement with HDR in collaboration with the Franklin County Court of Common Pleas Domestic Relations and Juvenile Court. We wanted to bring someone on board to help both the board and the court jointly and in collaboration and partnership with each other to review our existing JIC, the needs analysis and visioning, and also visit other locations around the country to see what best practices are for the service of the youth that are in the county's care. HDR has expertise in this area and will help guide us through that process. Pending any questions, would recommend your approval.
There are no comments or questions. Move for approval of 39326.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yeah.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 39326 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Okay, Madam Clerk, are there any journalizations?
We have one. On May 19th, 2026, the Board of Commissioners adopted Resolution Number 31626. A scrivener's error in the address was brought to the clerk's attention. In the second whereas clause, the address is listed as 7345 Hayden Run Road and Hayden Run Road. All elements of the resolution were correct. Per the advice of the prosecutor's office, the scrivener's error is being journalized to reflect the correct address, which is 6733 Maple Canyon. The clerk shall correct the address in Resolution Number 31626 to reflect the corrected address of 6733 Maple Canyon Avenue.
Thank you. That concludes our agenda for today. Meeting is adjourned.